the question I want to ask you, Vicky, because a lot of people feel like this. Do you think a person would say they would hear this show, Vicky, and I see somebody write this earlier. They said, "No way I signed up for this shit. I don't believe what this woman is saying. No way I signed up for this shit." Do you think some people were forced to come here because of whatever something they had done, or do you think everybody knew what they got into coming here? They accepted it, and they just forgot Jason Bourne, and they just got to deal with it. And once they leave this realm, they're gonna remember again. Oh yeah, that's why I decided to come here. Which one do you think it is?
So Jason Bourne, when he realized who he was and found out that he was an assassin, that he was a tool for the United States government to take the lives, to unalive human beings, right? He didn't like that so much, right? And what was he going to do? Because he found out that the government had spent millions of dollars on him alone. That's how extraordinarily valuable he was to their particular agenda. So what did he do when he was put in a situation that he didn't want to be in? He had gained resources, aptitudes, access, languages. There were still useful skills and stuff that he could use, right? He turned around and became what? The greatest thorn in the side of the government when he realized who he was and how he was being used. And when he came to himself, I'm going to say this, and what is his name? I'm Osiris. I don't know if that's what he's saying. I'm Osiris. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. I want to say this to you. The greatest moment of my life is when I wanted it all to end. Wow. Because I was being broken down. I was being buried alive, bro. Shit. When I was locked up in because I was in different states, and it took me several months before I ended up making to the women's federal prison. I was having a psychological thing in one of the prisons because they put me in such a tiny metal place by myself. And it was kind of dark in this particular prison. It was tiny. I was there by myself, and I didn't know nothing about the world that was putting me in. And I was from place to place to place. And, you know, they stripped me at every turn. They turn around and look up my anus. They look through my female parts. I'm still tripping because I can't believe this. I'm trying to get a hold of my attorney, but I can't even do this at that particular time. Everything is moving all at the same time. And so I was having so many emotions. And then people that were next to me, it was silence. And I did this, Brother Rich. How can I say thanks? At the top of my lungs, I started singing. For the things, nothing in me said sing, and nothing in me felt like it. You have done for me. I lifted my voice and I started to shake everything around me. Things so undeserved. And I started to sing so loud. And then over time, I started to settle my mind. And these energies of get me the blank out of here. I want to die. I want to kill myself. I want to, all these crazy things that weren't even me. Those weren't even my thoughts. And then when I made it to one of the other prisons and I was around some of the other inmates, a white chick said, I heard you singing in one of the so-and-so back over there. And then I was walking around inside because one of the facilities, they wouldn't let us out. And it was a storm, a tornado. And I started praying in tongues. And this chick later on told me that she had prayed for a mentor because she was given a long time. And she was looking at me through a peephole. And she said, Spirit told her that's her. And I mentored her for a couple of years until she moved to another prison over time. I didn't want to deal with her. She was telling me what an attitude I had. Get me the hell out of here. Let me tell you something. The moment when it all goes away, the moment you're broken down to absolutely nothing. You know what they say, from the womb to the tomb, and there's a reason why that rhymes, right? There's a reason why it seems like it's almost the same word because it's both a type of cave, really. But in this particular tomb, I was being regenerated. In that particular tomb, I was being resurrected. in that particular circumstance and situation, even when I was trying to figure out the energies and what would become of me. And what about love, right? What about marriage? What about babies? You feel me? I was thinking about all of this. And how old will I be when I get out of here? And what about the prophecy of what I was supposed to do on the planet? And this is happening. This can't be a part of the plan. And so, like a tidal wave that seems like it's going to make me drown, what do surfers do? That's all I'm going to say to answer this question. What does a surfer do to this high wave that the average person runs from and avoids because we think it's going to take us out? What does a surfer do? They actually ride the wave.
Damn, Vicky. The fuck?
They start to cooperate with the thing that looks like it's about. They surrender to it. They give themselves to it. And when you do that,
yo, I got goosebumps, y'all. I gotta back up from the screen. This sister here, you son, Vicky. Go ahead, you son.
Give yourself to the thing that's threatening to take you out, even when you're shaking, even when you're fearful, even when everything you say says F this, and I don't even cuss. When everything in you screams against it, and just that little tiny, just a small, tiny bit, I think they call it a mustard seed. The prayer that they said Jesus had for Peter was not a powerful prayer at all. You know what he said? Wow. After Peter was wanting to take himself out because he realized that he too betrayed him like Judas. We forget that part of the Sunday school story. Guess what he said? His only prayer for him was, I just pray that your faith don't fail you. But they say that if I just have a little mustard seed, all I did was just go with that little bit. And everything in me said F this, everything in me was blank this, and all of that in me, I allowed it to be. And so I allowed this wave, I started to just surrender to it. And it took me where it will. And here we are. So you're in the greatest moment of your life if you feel that this ain't it. And if you're saying, now, hell no, I didn't sign up for this. I feel you. Now surrender to that wave just a little bit. While you cussing everything and everybody out, while you saying F all this, while you saying give her, just that little small little kind of little, and you don't even call it nothing. With your nose turned up and all that. Surrender to that wave. And I can promise you, but man, you're going to surf this thing and you're going to find yourself the real magician. You're going to find yourself to be the real alchemist. And you're going to find yourself to have been under a contract that was more glorious than you could have ever imagined. And not only will you change your world, you will change the world. That is my promise to you.
Yo, I see Red in the chat. How much time y'all giving Vicky on Sunday, y'all?
That's him. That's all my brothers.
How much time y'all giving Vicky on Red? Make sure you give this queen enough time, because when she go off, I ain't never heard it put like Vicky said, go surfing. When that wave seems like it's about to drown, you don't run. It's time to go surfing. Get your surfboard and you got to get on that wave, and you be like, y'all, that's ill. Yes. Now you won with that one. You won with that one. You won with that one. Shout out to y'all. Oh man, that was beautiful. Let's yeah, let me share that link one more time for y'all. For this Sunday. Vicky gonna be in the building this Sunday. No, not that one. Wiz. Yes, in the chat.
I'm so excited about Sunday, Brother Rich, with everything that's going on in the world. And when you see what's happening politically, when you see spiritually, economically, of course we know about white supremacy. We know about oppression in all of its different forms, right? We know about the cry for reparations and the injustice of the 500-year Black Holocaust. Yes, we know about what's happening in Sudan and the Sahel, right? We know what's happening with the Palestinian people and them folks, right? We know what's all of this, what's happening with BRICS. We understand what's happening with the US dollar. We understand what's happening on so many different levels, right? And then we find out that our mothers were the originators of this sacerdotal seat. that literally impacted and ruled the world. Not only their villages, which they loved and kept as their priority, but the world came to them for guidance. And those mothers tapped into the spirit realm, Brother Rich. They were taken over the Sibyls. In this book, it talks about it with trances. They would go into fits and they would tap in. The ancestors would tell them what to tell that village, what to tell that nation to make propitiation, what offerings to give for the ancestors, what to do in order to bring Ma'at and to bring about peace. And when they called different eras the golden age, they said it was the golden age, and civilization reached its height in every sphere under their leadership. And to know that this thing was usurped by the Catholic Church and so many other religions, and to know that that was originally ours, and to know that the condition of the world today, perhaps, Brother Rich, the codes we can activate that's already on the inside of us, and then we can begin to rule the world once again. But the secret to our ruling the world is our spiritual fitness. It's our royal bloodline, and we can tap back into that and retake our seat. That's what Sunday is about. That yes, we that are considered to be nobodies, the least of these, the deaf, the dumb, and the blind, to know this whole time, this whole wide world was always meant for us. But we just forgot. We just had temporary amnesia, right? But we're going to come to know who we are. That's what this is about.
And Vicky, like you said, what's 6,000 years to the Alpha and Omega?
What is it?
What is 6,000 years to the Alpha? It ain't, you know, it's like the Alpha and Omega, 6,000 years. All right, I slipped up for 6,000, but I'll be back for another 8 billion. How y'all like that? How y'all like that?
Come on now. What is it?
Vic. Oh, by the way, just to let y'all know, I'm talking to Vicky behind the scenes. I'm trying to get her to talking to sister about coming out to the gathering of the masters.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna call her tomorrow, and we're gonna have I'm gonna have some new information on that. And the live stream will be available probably tomorrow or Saturday, but I'm gonna talk to Vicky about that. I got an idea too. I got an idea that I want to run by you.
Do you know this is why I rock with you? Because you spiritual. This is how he is, y'all, spontaneous. He don't
all the time, all day, every year.
You know what? Notice. He don't ask me, well, do you know about Rich just he gonna put the demand, show up, move by the spirit. But look at the magic you do.
Oh yeah.
Look at the magic you do, bro.
You know, I'm so
proud of you, Brother Rich. I know I tell you that every time, but every time I start the show, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I am so proud of this brother, and I'm glad I know him.
Appreciate it. Nah, appreciate it. You know, and that's one of the reasons, you know, we're talking about the workshop you're doing, Red and Blue. I'm real spontaneous, and I'm just like on a you know, I just come up with something, and I like call people like yo Red and I work real well with Red and Blue. Like I call them, and you know, they're used to it. They're used to how my style and how I work. So I work real well with those brothers. So that's how I know. That's how I know it's gonna be dope on Sunday. Yeah. And but I'm gonna keep y'all updated on that. Like I said, I got an idea. Dr. B actually, he is opening up. He has this huge musical ceremony that he's doing for the men. When the men are speaking on Sunday, the sisters are speaking on Saturday. But Dr. B, he's a musician, so he's doing this huge musical ceremony on Sunday. And I just want to talk. I got an idea, and I want to run it by you tomorrow.
Yes,
maybe something we could do on Saturday. You know, so I'm running by you tomorrow though. But before we get out here, Vicky, I want to ask you this one last question. Just hearing you talk, and like I said, your energy, one of the most powerful voices I feel on the planet at this time. And when I say powerful, I mean the chi that emanates off of you. The chi, it's like, you know, you know, it's powerful. And I want to ask you, do you think you talk about in the interviews that I have done with you, you're always bringing up your experience with prison, and I know it has impacted you a lot in this life.
Yes.
Do you think you would be who you are without going to prison? Do we get the Vicky Dillard we have today without you going to prison? What would your answer to that be?
This is very, very interesting. The prison experience, brother, was an initiation of sorts. I was already going into prisons teaching for years. My program called Jailhouse Rock Academy was approved by the state of Colorado. I was going into women's prisons and teaching. And something happened to me when I went during one of the, I had to drive way out of town, took hours to get there to this particular one. And something supernatural happened where something played out while I was teaching some of the women. And this man, Brother Rich, has real talent. And yes, he does. I never thought asking questions could be a talent. Man, please. That's one of the greatest of all time. That's powerful because it's extracting something, and he's actually pulling energy and alchemizing when he asks those questions. So anyway, no, I'll say no, I don't. It's absolutely an intricate part because it was a type of tune for me. It was where I did some of my greatest magic. I raised dead in prison. Some of my prayers got people out of prison years in advance, and then I ship shape not just the inmates, Brother Rich, staffers. Stuff happened with different courts, and even when it looked like I was losing, some of the very law firms and people that had everything to do with me there. Do you know that behind when I was out, some of them came under investigation with the state's attorney general. Some of them end up shutting down. Some of them end up having to pay millions of dollars. And one of the greatest law firms that came against me also ended up having one of the very top attorneys being a whistleblower against him. And it played out in the newspapers. And I was being sent the newspapers of what was taking place. So even when it looked like I was losing, my court was whipping behind even when I was in the belly of the beast. So no, I got a chance to actually manifest destiny in a way, and to know who I was. That was an extraordinary test. Are you really that without the trappings, without this outside stuff, without the money, without the resources, without the businesses, without any of that kind of stuff? Are you still that? And I'm really that. The magic worked with Dickies and twisted my hair in the belly of the beast 20 years initially before the 5. I'm really that girl, and it really works. And they say that you can bust through the tomb, and they say they say about resurrection, and that's it. So no, I don't. There's an inside knowledge that I gained from being on the inside that I don't think that I would have otherwise gotten. And can I say this to you? Because of the enemies and some of the work I was doing on the outside, even in the civil sphere, I'll say this, because there are different people and different threats. Sometimes those situations can be a type of protection too. And I'll just leave it at that for now. We can talk more about that later offline, but I'll just leave it at that for now.
Okay. And real quick, I forgot a super chat question. Shout out to Sending Infinite Goddess. One last question before we get out of here, Vicky. Thank you for confirming and clearing so much on this topic. What are your thoughts on completing your contract and creating new agreements? Last question, then we get out of here. Yeah.
Yes. What are your thoughts on completing your contract? This is so good. My thoughts on completing your contract and creating new agreements is absolutely what I do through declaration, which is a big part of my gavel, because I'm constantly.
You ain't hit it tonight. You ain't hit it. Oh man, you had it. Oh,
that's for you, Rick. That's for you. So this is absolutely an intricate part of what I'm activating. Also, beloved, certain parts of journaling also have to do with certain spiritual things. But this is a topic, Brother Rich, that I honestly can't answer outside of. And I'm not trying to do a shameless plug, I promise you, but honest to goodness, it really is a topic that I can get into more through my school. The Vicky Dillon Mystery School is my monthly mastermind school. That's where you get that type of information from. But to answer your questions, absolutely, it's possible. And sis, if you want to connect with me after the fact at VickyPlanet.com, that's where you can reach us on my website. You can find out information about it. It ain't but a couple less than take a gas type situation. So it won't be anything crazy at all. And plus I have other products that can give you insight into some of my special webinars. But that's really where you want to get that type of information from.
Excellent. Hey, I want to thank you once again, Vicky. Thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight. Leave all the contact information that you need to lead the people, so I know a lot of people are going to want to reach out to you. So leave all the information you can for the family, Vicky.
Yes. Well, the best way, two things I would say. First of all, if anybody is, of course, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing you on Sunday with my brothers, the Pillars. The link is there. Thank you so much, Brother Rich, for doing that, supporting us with that. But other than that, my school, I started my new spiritual school. I've been doing it for many years now, but my school that I've restarted called the Vicky Dillard Mystery School. The website, you got it right there. I'll post it already, Brother Rich, VickyPlanet.com. So all you need to do is go there and you can find out exactly how you can enroll and become a member. Very, very reasonable cost. There's all types of yummy products, spiritual products and services. I've got my album. I'm still, I've been doing that for a few years, but there were some uncommon delays, but we're going to make that happen. There were some health things and some other invisible stuff that was going on, but that's coming to pass. I've got some other spiritual books that are coming out. But what I do right now, where I have a community, you have greater access to me there, and some of my powerful monthly teachings and all kinds of other yummy benefits at VickyPlanet.com. That's the biggest thing I'm doing now. And of course, if you want to support me now on my own platform for social commentary, you can subscribe to VickyDillard.tv. That's VickyDillard.tv right here on YouTube. I'm finally utilizing it more now. I got content. I'm still a part of another network and got my stuff seeded out on some other places. But those are the two things I would say. So connect with me on my website, Vicky Planet. If you want to know any other thing about me, that's really where you go to find out that. And again, thank you so much for the opportunity to see that message. And thank you for this soul contract. I want to say this very quickly, Brother Rich. I hope you understand that when you get topics like this, when you told me this is it, Vicky, today, I hope you understand there's something that's opening up for you when you do that. There's a reality that you're causing to form in terms of a new contract for you. Some new experiences and some new things that you are going to be manifesting and bringing some new things to pass. And I'm hearing that you need to be getting some of your terms and conditions together on what you want in the contract. And I'm talking about for your unique purpose and destiny. And I'm hearing that it's supposed to be big, that your requests and what you're supposed to be making demands for are big. So I hope you understand that when we talk about subjects, you're making stuff form. You know that, right? You know that when you start bringing this out, you know that we're affecting the satellites, the ethers, we're affecting multiple planes. And so I'm putting that, and if I could just do this for you on that. Please love it. This is a force amplifier. The gavel is literally a type of hammer. It's a type of mallet. And isn't it interesting that the gavel is not only used in courts, right? It's not only used with our lawmakers and legislators, but if this is a type of hammer, when we're talking about construction hammers, hammers do what? They build, they create, right? They bring things into existence. So something just happened right there, for real, when I hit that. And so I can't wait to hear about what you're going to have going on in the upcoming months and years.
Indeed. Yeah. Thanks for that advice right there. I definitely, I'm going to take that advice serious. And anytime you got some advice, you can just text me,
Okay. All right.
You are tapped in, so I know you be getting them down. All right, family. I'm going to have, like I said, Vicky, I'm going to hit you up tomorrow just to talk about the conference, the Gathering of the Masters. And definitely want to get the sister out there. And family, I will have the live stream tickets available probably tomorrow. I got to call 19 Keys. 19 Keys. Matter of fact, you did a show with 19 Keys that was off the hook.
I sure did. I'm telling you what you seeded with that what you that broadcast. I'm telling you, it was absolutely powerful. So to have another platform to share that on, it was absolutely amazing. And then when you're talking about certain subjects in a different type of field, you know what I mean, a different type of platform and environment that's not your normal type, is interesting, the feedback. And